Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Finland Academy. So this is what the some of the stock setup that I am sharing with you. Okay, now before then that there is one question from the participant. Rajvi says, do we need to share our trades? No, actually I discourage to share the trades, but whatever the analysis that you are doing, that is up to you. If you are comfortable to share your trades, a kind of thing, that is up to you. There is no bar for that. But the thing is that means there has to be some analysis, there has to be some reasoning behind it, right? So you can do that, and not from the tips perspective also that this is what a stock that I am liking, so we all can buy. But this stock is such kind of the setup is there, and within a one or two liners you can put your analysis as per your convenience. Amiji say, what do you think about the Torrent Pharma? Amiji, I request that means you do your analysis, send me so we can discuss on that. Which mode of investment is good, margin or cash? So of course it will be a cash. Torrent Pharma, I was an optimist some time ago, but it is not picking up its momentum. It is just at a lower band of consolidation patch. Okay. Now coming to the candlesticks part. So under the candlesticks part, this is what the connections that we have seen, and thereafterwards we have seen that means we are going to look at the two families. Means one is the bullish reversal family and one is the bearish reversal family. Now, under this bullish reversal and bearish reversal family, so there is a family. So of course there will be some family members also, right? There is a family, so there will be a family members also. So under the bullish reversal family, we are going to have the five family members, and under the bearish reversal family, we are also going to have the five family members. So collectively, we are having the 10 candle patterns. So for that purpose, as there are 10 candle patterns, each and every candle has a new name. So what we do is that we maintain a one table, and we keep on seeing that how the things means how many candles that we have covered, what are those candles. So it will be easy for us to track the things. Fine. So there are certain kinds of candles like means let's say I give a heading of bullish reversal candle, and there is a bearish reversal candle. Fine, bullish reversal candle, bearish reversal candle is this. Uh, so underneath that we are going to look at. Before then that means there is one separate module for the candlestick. So I share with you. Yes, Batulji, I am sharing that candlesticks module with you. Uh, so now exactly we are now into the module two. So underneath to that means the candlesticks has in one separate PPT. So let's say this is what a candlesticks module. I just share it through this one means on the this platform. Go to webinar platform. I have shared it, and you can check that at your lower band somewhere in your panel. You will see that means one file has received to you. That is in a candlesticks module, and the participants who are not attending the sessions right now. So for them, I just put it on the WhatsApp group. And means it will reach to you by many approach means in our LMS also it is already there, but just for an ease and convenience I am just sharing this on the WhatsApp group as well. So this is what the candlesticks module that we are that I have shared. Okay, so this is what a module that we are going to refer now. So this is where all the basics candlesticks that we were talking about. So now here we are starting with a candlesticks pattern, that how the candlestick is all about, what it takes to look like a pattern, and what are the configurations that it takes to form a one candle. So we start with the two candle patterns. One by one, we will keep on seeing. One is from the bullish reversal and one is from the bearish reversal. Because what will happen is that means they are contradictory to each other. So rather than going monotonously in a one way of a bullish reversal and one way into bearish reversal, we will keep on crisscrossing in between bullish reversal one by one to the bearish reversal. So the first two candle patterns that we are going to look at is a hammer pattern, let's say, fine, and another one is a shooting star pattern. These two candle patterns are a single candle pattern. Single candle means by having just a one candle, we can call it as a pattern. Means there will be a means down the line we will discuss about the two candle patterns. So two separate candles collectively forms a one pattern. Ninth and tenth candle pattern, we will look at the three candle patterns. So three separate candles collectively forms a one pattern. So this is what the way ahead, but right now we are starting with a single candle pattern. That means a one candle with a certain kind of proper structure, it gets a one name, let's say the hammer pattern. So whenever the hammer pattern gets forms in, it gives us an indication that means prices are likely to revive on the higher side, prices are likely to move on the higher side. So this is what a hammer pattern. Under the hammer pattern, this is a single candle pattern, fine, and same way the shooting star pattern is also a single candle pattern. So two candle pattern that we are starting with, hammer pattern and shooting star pattern. How we are going to learn this topic and concept about the candlesticks? So first of all, we will look at the configurations. When so the module that I have shared with you, we will look at the configuration. That means what it takes to form the hammer pattern. So once we look at the configurations, there afterwards we will look at the diagram. So we normally draw the things on the explanatory PPT, and we try to put the configurations into the shape with the help of the diagram. Configuration, fine. And the third thing that we will see the real chart. Third thing that we will see the real charts. So from a three perspective, means first of all we look at the configurations. Means the configuration all the time we may not need to see. We will gain some understanding in the initial candles, that how the candlesticks is getting formed. Then afterwards we will focus on the diagram on the explanatory PPT, and then afterwards we will look at the real charts. And so three points are there where we are going to evaluate each and every candle. Fine. So the very first thing that comes in, that means how a bullish reversal candle pattern looks like, the hammer pattern. What is the configurations of it? So from a configuration perspective, let's say we are talking about the candlesticks patterns right now. Under that means we are talking about the hammer. Hammer, it belongs to the bullish reversal family. Fine, it belongs to the bullish reversal family, and this is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. Means it is just as like means you have recall, means if you are able to recall that, means whenever we are understanding the implication of each and every component, that means what a tail represents, what a real body represents, what a wick represents. So at that time we were doing one exercise. So this is the same thing almost, but there are little bit more configurations that we are going to look into this. So hammer pattern, what it takes to form a one candle as a hammer. So it should have the small real body. It should have the small real body. So it is sorts of like a narrow range candle. The small real body means what? The high and close is very close to each other. So as the high and close is very close to each other, we call it as a narrow range candles. The real body is at an upper end of the range. So range is what? High to low, right? Means this is what my high, this is what my low. So this is what I can say that the range is there. So let's say today, if I look at the candlestick chart, a Nifty candlestick chart, or let's say the about India is there. So in about India, I can say that this is what my range is all about. Means the high was at around 14,950 and low is around 14,555. So this is what the range for the candle, high to low. So what it says that real body is at an upper end of the range. Real body has to be the small, real body has to be the small, and it has to be the upper end of the range. By the same time, real body is like 25 to 35% of the price movement. So whatever the fluctuation that has happened from high to low, around the 25 to 35%, the real body has to be. What if the real body is at 37%? So we don't go it within a very mathematical cutoff that if it is a 35, then we call it as in a hammer pattern. If it is a 36 pattern, then we will not call it as a hammer pattern. Over there, we can exercise some sorts of subjectivity in context of how the overall candle is getting formed. But try to mean to say is over here is that means a small real body has to be the small and it has to be on the higher side. The key component of the hammer pattern is that shadow of a candle is more than 60% of the range. Shadow, or that is nothing but the tail. Tail is nothing but a lower part which represents a buying momentum of a candle has to be the more than 60% of the range. That means to say is that the important component of a hammer pattern is a tail. Larger the tail, the more the significant it is. Larger the tail, the more the significant it is. A very small or no upper shadow means it has a small wick or no wick at all. The color of the body is insignificant means we have seen that means red stands for the negativity and green stands for a positivity. But in all cases, it is not so that every time the red candle will be the negative and every time green color will be the positive. Means red candle or a red real body with a long tail represents a buying momentum only. Green real body with a long wick represents a selling pressure. We call it as a negative candle. So color of the body is a insignificant. Means be it a red color or be it a green color, if the tail is sizable, then we can call it as a hammer pattern. Last but not least, and in fact very important, location signifies if it appears in a downtrend. Now, please don't read this downtrend as a severe downtrend. Downtrend here means is that before the formation of the hammer pattern, there has to be a certain kind of the declining momentum first. There has to be a kind of a declining momentum first. So that was the thing that we were discussing in a previous session. That means what we mean by the bullish reversal and what we mean by the bearish reversal. Bullish reversal is what? There was a negative momentum. There was a negative momentum. Now, with an appearance of a bullish reversal candle, it indicates that bulls are reversing the directions from the negativity to the positivity. So it becomes a very essential that means whenever we look for any kind of the bullish reversal pattern, it occurs after the some sorts of negativity. Negativity doesn't mean that means there has to be a bad structure. In a bad structure, they don't have that much utility. We will discuss this part. So signifies if it is appearing in a negative trend, or there has to be certain kind of a declining momentum before the formation of bullish reversal candle. That's how the hammers or bullish reversal candles are reversing the directions from the negativity to the positivity. Okay, so we look at some of the configurations of it. Okay. Let me first clean this slate. Let's say hammer pattern that we are talking about. It is in a bullish reversal sign. So it should come after the negative momentum. So let's say, so for that purpose, I'm just drawing the negative candles over here. Fine. Let's say this all 3 days are negative. This all 3 days are negative. So it represents before the formation of a hammer pattern means they are into the negative momentum, so there should be some kind of a negative momentum. So I just place it on the. Okay, so let's say these are the four trading sessions. Three sessions are gone by. These three sessions are the history, and this is what the fourth sessions that is going today right now. Let's say we are at 12:30 o'clock in during the live trading market, and this is how the candle is forming. So three candles was a negative, and the fourth candle was a negative. Means it was a negative during the day or at the initial part of the day. But at a later point of the trading sessions, prices have started to recover. Prices have started to recover, and they have recovered on the high side. So as the prices are recovering on the high side, so the real body will get shrink, and from wherever the point the real body started to pick up its momentum, it will leave its mark by the shadow. So prices are moving up, and it is leaving its mark by having the shadow over there. And at the end of the day, this candle looks like this. Now, if you recall the configurations of it, of a hammer pattern, which is in a single candle pattern, one candle pattern, so there has to be the small real body. So yes, the small real body is small. The real body has to be the upper end of the range. So yes, it is at an upper band. There has to be a no or a small wick. So this is what a small wick is there. The tail has to be sizable. So there is a good size to the tail is there. There is a good size of the tail is there. Fine. So this particular one candle forms a hammer pattern. This is a kind of the one candle pattern which forms a hammer pattern. And this is what the configuration is all about. In the same way, so this is how the hammer pattern looks like. In the same way about a shooting star also, shooting star is a bearish reversal candle, right? Shooting star is a bearish reversal candle. So in a bearish reversal candle, what will happen is that means prior move has to be the positive. Prior move has to be the positive. So prices are just improving on the high side. Prices from a past, let's say, some couple of days, the prices uh, keep on moving on the high side. And let's say this is what our current day is all about. This is what our current day is all about. Till the midday of day or during the sessions, the prices are in line with its positive momentum. Prices are in line with its positive momentum. But what happened after the 12:30 or let's say at a later part of the trading sessions, some shorts of selling pressure has started to come in. Some shorts of selling pressure has started to come in, and we have seen a kind of a declining momentum happening over here. We have seen some shorts of declining momentum happening there afterwards, and it has marked some sizable tail. And basically, shooting star is nothing but an opposite of tail. We can say shooting star is nothing but an opposite of hammer pattern. So you have the large wick over here. That's what the selling pressure it indicates. You have a small real body and a small real body at a lower end. So that means at one point of time the buyers was dominated the things, but then afterwards it moves on the low side. It moved on the low side. Fine. Uh, and this is how the declining momentum that we have seen, and this is what a shooting star we can say. This is what a shooting star we can say. Fine. This is what a shooting star we can say. So there was a declining momentum, shooting star has formed, and prices has moved like this. So you can see that in a tail, in a hammer pattern, there is a largeable, sizable tail, which indicates that means this is what a positive momentum is all about. In this particular candle, you see that there is a sizable wick, so it indicates that there is a selling pressure is coming in. Fine. Okay. Before I move ahead, there are some questions from the participants. I just go through that first. Okay. Rajeshri says that yes, Rajashree ji says that means I feel candles works better on indices rather than the stock. What is your guidance and advice? Rajashree ji, means basically I am a stock trader. I am a stock trader means I'm not that much involved into the index side. I do my trading investment in a stocks, and I am using the candlesticks extensively. So from my perspective, I can't say that means the candlesticks will work only on the candles on the index chart, and it will not work on the candlesticks chart. Means it will not work on the stocks, because as I said, that means I'm a stock trader. Means if I open my journal in front of you, you will find that means there is all the stocks is there. Index trade will be very few, and I'm using my candlesticks on stocks. So I can, with my experience, I can say that it is not so that means it will work only for the index and not for the stock. Stock also they are abide by the candlesticks formations. So we see the good utility under the stocks as well. Chaitanya ji says that inverted hammer. Yes, means Chaitanya ji says that inverted hammer. Actually, it is not a inverted hammer. This is a shooting star only. This is a shooting star only. There are means earlier I also used to believe that means the inverse of means shooting star and inverted hammer, it is an interchangeable, but actually it is not the case. I was reading one book means long back means many years ago that I have read that book, and for some period by now I keep on referring that book. Means of course means the candlesticks practitioners will be aware about this book. Steve Nissen. Where is my reading material? Okay, this is what my reading material is all about. Yes, inverted hammer pattern. I believe page number 91. Page number 91. Yes, exactly. Page number 91. This is what the shooting stars. So in a shooting means this is what when the top is happening, when the prices are happening at a higher level, that is in a shooting star only. That is in a shooting star only. Inverted hammer, it looks like a shooting star, but its placement is at an other place. Means you see your inverted hammer at your lower end, where you don't see the shooting star at a lower end. You see the shooting star at a higher end. So hammer pattern and inverted hammer pattern happens at a lower end. It doesn't happen at a higher end. So the candlesticks, which is having the large wick and real body at the lower end, and it is happening at a high side, it will be the shooting star. Now the same thing is happening at a bottom level, then the same feature I will call it as a inverted hammer. The name is not just attached to the shape. Name is not just attached to the shape. Means the name is attached to the location plus the shape. Means the same this hammer pattern, if it is happening at the top, then it will be not a hammer pattern. It will be a like a hanging man pattern. Means there are lots of nomenclatures are there. So I can't say this candle pattern as an inverted hammer pattern. Uh, this is a shooting star only. Inverted, the same formation is happening at a lower part, then it will be a inverted hammer. Fine, Chaitanya ji. Okay, fine. I'm just finding my question that from where I have left. Okay, Rajesh says about three black crow. I will come back to this particular nomenclature later on. Otherwise, it will confuse the class. That means what is the three black crow? But just for the understanding, let me see the Nifty part, Nifty chart. Yes, three black crows. We can say that means yes. kind of decline. But the thing is that when it is happening at the top at the highest level, it doesn't have that much utility. Three black cross, if I am able to recall its page number, so it means for this purpose I'm not able to recall its page number. Otherwise, I means I have read this book or referred book long time. So many of the candle pattern I know it by the page number, that I know that means inverted hammer, it was a 91 page number. Yes. Pratulji says that so shooting star is just a bank opposite of a hammer, correct? Yes, we can say that. So this is what means if you recall the tail and wick when we were explaining the what a tail means and what a wick means. The tail means a buying pressure and a wick means a selling pressure. The larger the tail, the stronger the hammer pattern. Larger the wick, the stronger the shooting star pattern. We can say they are opposite. Means hammer pattern happens to be at a lower end, a shooting star happens to be at a higher end, right? Okay. Amiji says that can you please once share that slide of the bullish reversal and bearish reversal? Amiji, you are saying about this one, this slide. So this is what a bullish reversal, bearish reversal that we're talking about. And another one was this one. So where I have just mentioned the names. So bullish reversal family, it is in a positive sign. So hammer pattern belongs to the bullish reversal sign. So it is in a positive sign. So after the declining momentum, the buyers have started to show their presence. So it is in a positive sign. Bearish reversal sign, that is a negative sign. The shooting star falls under the category of a bearish reversal family. So prices are moving up and it starts to form the bearish candle. So bearish candle is the one which shows that means upside momentum is getting exhausted and buying is prices are coming down. Yes. So this is what Chaitanya ji that I have made some two slides for the uh, bullish reversal, bearish reversal, and basically this explanatory PPT is not a educational PPT. Means whatever the things that I have to explain. So for that purpose, I maintain this PPT. Pratulji says that you have a good amount of the reading material. Can you share that all? Uh, yes, means there is a I can share. I think I will be having some links with me, like a PDF drives with me. So I will share on the group. And that material is so much large that means we will not able to cope up that means from to start with, from which point to start with. But I will share that material with you. Virenji says that is it a inverted hammer don't have leg? Didn't got you, but inverted hammer pattern is like a shooting star forming at a lower side. Raviji says that excellent sir. Okay, thank you. A shooting star means always at the top. Yes, means shooting star will be the always at the top. Kiranji says that what is the implication of inverted hammer? Actually, Kiranji means sometimes I pay a more emphasis on an inverted hammer than the hammer pattern. I pay a more emphasis on the inverted hammer than the hammer pattern. The implication of an inverted hammer pattern is in kind of the positive. That is in a kind of positive. Means many of the time I have seen that. Means many of the time I have seen that prices are at a support level. It just starts to pick up its momentum. But before it starts to pick up its momentum, it gives us some shaky momentums to the weak hands. Weekends like means the traders who are means they just get out of the trade within a small fluctuation. Means there are many number of the traders, those who are doing the trading, just against momentum is happening. The things is just moving against them. They quickly get exit out from the trade. So to have certain kind of shaky momentum or shaky trades, uh, before actually it starts to pick up its momentum, it forms a inverted hammer pattern. Let me explain because inverted hammer pattern I have taken a couple of the examples over there. Means I believe some time ago we have did a one trade in a McDowell. We have did a one trade in a McDowell long back. Actually, I don't consume the alcohol, but alcohol stocks did well to me comparatively. I, if I'm able to spot it or no, means just give me a moment to look at the things. I think I was at this point, means we were at this point. Prices were at a good support level. Prices at a very good support level. Before it starts to pick up its momentum, it gave a certain kind of the inverted hammer. Means it has formed a certain kind of good amount of the wick over there. Normally, I take it as an means when the prices are taken as support, it is just moving up on the high side, and initially 2 to 3 candles in between. It if it forms an inverted hammer, I find a more confidence in that. And once the tail of this or high of that particular inverted hammer pattern gets crossed, we see a certain kind of the positive momentum. Many of the time that I have observed this. Means let's say recently Reliance. I'm not sure that. Yes, means Reliance. Prices is picking up its momentum. Prices are picking up its momentum, but in between it has formed some sorts of trade. So in this particular candle pattern, many of the weak hands will be wiped out. Many of the weak hands is out of the trade. It came down, and again we have seen a kind of a good pickup into the momentum over here. And this is what a recent example only. So whenever I see that means prices are moving up from the support level and it shows a certain kind of weak formations, so I normally pay a more attention to that as in a buy opportunity. Actually, this is not an ideal inverted hammer pattern. Inverted hammer pattern has to be on a bottom side or near to the bottom. It cannot be at in the middle. But this is one something from the observation. The prices are moving up, moving up. It gives one declining momentum where the weak hands gets out from that stock, and then afterwards we see a certain kind of good momentum on the high side. So Kiranji, I think Chaitanya ji was also asking about the same thing. So these were the implications of it. Kirtiji says that just as the heads up to the candle studies really help in understanding the trend, it help us to understanding in the trend, and secondly, it help means basically the candlesticks help us to understand the relationship between the buyers and sellers. And when the we are at a support level, so whether this support level will hold or whether this support level will breach, how I can come to know that? So with the help of the candlesticks, I can understand the strength of the support and resistance. So that is what we can take away from the candlesticks. Rajeshri says that as I mostly trade in the options, it is easier to do the indices rather than the stocks. Yes, Rajeshri means it is like an everyone's choice. Normally means we have kept on means I kept on hearing a one sentence that means grass is a greener on the other side. Grass is a greener on the other side, but actually the thing is like that means grass is a green where we water it, right? Means grass is a green where we water it. Means I have watered into the stalks, so it becomes a more appealing to me. Might be Rajashri ji, you have watered to the options, so it is coming more naturally and more easier to you. So the thing is not so that means grass is greener on the other side, but the grass is greener where we water it. So I have focused more on the stock, so it is becoming a little bit convenient to me. You might have focused more on the options and index side, so that becomes inconvenient to you. But both of us are using the same tools. Let's say the candlesticks. Anisha ji says that what can be the next candle predictions? We don't have the candle predictions. We don't have the candle predictions. That means what Anisha ji says that what can be the next candlesticks predictions. There is no predictions, there is an implication. There is no predictions, there is a implication. Means let's say the hammer means at this point, or let's say I find some stock at a support level. I take one stock randomly. Let's say the prestige means one stock randomly that I'm picking up. Let's say Asian Paint. So prices has come down to this point, or let's say this is what my support level. For example, let's say this is what my support level, the inception point of rise. Fine. My declining momentum has ended, and from that my upside momentum has started. So 2180, 2113 is my support band. So in this support band, which candle will happen? I can't predict that, and no one can predict it. It is not about you and me. No one can predict that which candle will get formed over there. But whatever the any kind of bullish reversal candle will get formed over here, I can understand the implication of it. That means uh, here the support has taken the and support is finding the respect from the bullish reversal candle, and we can see the upside momentums. So that is the thing. Yes, Raviji says that means names always has a meaning. Shooting star always comes from the top that is in the sky in a real life. So maybe the hence the name. Yes, means many of the means basically these all terms that we have converted into the English, but this entire theory is like a Japanese theory, and many of the terminology are connected to the real life example or like a military situations. So military, the way they order the formations, so many of the nomenclatures are derived from the military and real life scenarios. Yes, Amiji says that reversal word is along with the itself isn't quite confusing. Okay, means Amiji says that means reversal word is seems to be confusing. I try at my level best as to ease this confusion. Reversal is what? Means let's say you are driving a car in a one directions. Now you want to reverse that car. So let's say you are moving towards a northward, you are moving towards a northward, and you are reversing your car. So basically now you are moving towards the south side, right? So this is what the reverse gear that we normally say for. So over here, prices are into the negative momentum. Prices are into the, let's say it is towards the south momentum. This is towards the south momentum. Now the reversal is happening. Now the reversal is happening. So what it is doing is now is that means earlier it was moving towards the southwards. Now it is reversing. So now it has started to move towards the northward. So southward prices were coming in, and now it is reversing. That means it is moving towards the northwards. The opposite directions it is happening. Northward direction is what we are moving in a one direction. So we are moving in a higher side. Who can push the price momentum on the higher side? The bulls are the one who pushes the prices on the higher side, right? So this is how the bullish reversal and bearish reversal, the terminology has been used around. Fine. Yes, Joseph ji says that what is a margin and cash? Means okay, out of the context base, but just to give a brief on this, the margin is like means you have a 1 lakh rupee and you are trading on the basis of 10 lakh rupee. So the leverage part in the earlier sessions that we have discussed about, and cash or equity segment is what you are having a 1 lakh rupee and you are trading up to the 1 lakh rupee only. You are having a 1 lakh rupee and you are having you are not using a leverage, and in a positional trading, swing trading, we cannot have the margin or leverage. So whatever the cash available to me, I use it in that way. Secondly, in a cash segment, when we say the cash segment is nothing but an equity. Means when we talk about the future and options, it is like a margin segment, because by default there is a certain kind of the margin already given in that product. So that this is what the margin and cash. Fine. Rajesh says that yesterday's bank nifty analysis helped me in a expiry today. Okay, great. Binu Raji says that is there any easy way to remember all this pattern? Again, means as an analyst, as a report writer, I need to remember this word. But frankly saying, as a trader, you need not to bother about the remembering these old names. And secondly, once we look at the configurations, it is a very easy to interpret. Means now the things it looks like that means there is a one candle. In a one candle, there are 5 to 6 configurations are there. So in the same way, we are going to look at the 10 candle patterns. So collectively, there are 60 to 70 configurations will be there to remember, but it is not a point to point that we have to remember. That's why I'm taking the help of the diagram to ease that configurations. Otherwise, means I need not to have the diagrams. I would have shown these all things on the everything is written over here. But why we are doing it on the diagram? Because down the line you will also feel that means there is not that much need to remember things. It is just to keep that format in our mind that how the candlesticks looks like. The configurations will automatically fit into. So no need to remember the names. But down the line, if you little bit practice now, you need not to take the efforts to remember the candle pattern names. It will come easily to you. Fine. Rajashri says that does the latest candle in a Reliance indicates a negativity or just a resistance? I will see that. Raviji says that Ms. Grass is never green on the other side. I have experienced it too many times. Water the grass is a good analogy. Yes, actually. Means we always says that means your life is easy and my life is hard, but we never know that means how the two entities are going through. Means so in our office also it always there is a certain kind of traction happens. Means I say that means sales team's job is very easy, and sales team says me that means your job is completely easy. But we all the way has seen a certain kind of some struggles in our career life. So grass is not green on the other side. It's all about that where we are watering it. Yes, Pratulji says that means Pratulji says in the context of the Vinuraji that means we need to remember the candle patterns. So basically it is understanding the concept and logic. Yes, Pratulji. That's what we can say. So this is what the two candle pattern from a configuration perspective that we have looked in. That means how the shooting star and how hammer pattern looks like. We will see its real charts. That means on a real when and again, it is not just in a hammer pattern. It is not just in a shooting star pattern. We need to see along with a trend, along with a price actions. In isolations, again, we are not going to see these candle patterns. So that means hammer pattern has formed, so we become buyer. Shooting star pattern has formed, so just we become a seller. It is not in that way. Means there are lots of more things that we are need to include in this one. Fine. Okay. So before we move ahead, we take a 10-minute break, get yourself refreshed, and then afterwards we continue for the remaining part. Welcome back, everyone. So before we move ahead, please give me a check. Am I audible? Yes. Am I audible? All in? Okay. Okay. Fine. So here we move ahead. So we have just looked at technical configuration that how the hammer pattern and how the shooting star looks like. Now it is in a time to go at in a real chart. That means what is their implications, And again, it is not so that the hammer pattern has happened, we become a buyer, and a shooting star has formed and we become a seller over there. Means there are one lot other things to consider. First of all, let's have a glimpse of it, the shooting stars and hammer pattern on the real charts. Thereafter, we will understand in a deeper manner that all the hammer pattern again means we cannot take it as a buy opportunity, and all the shooting star we cannot take it as a sell opportunity. There are some high yielding and low yielding patterns will be there. So we will look into this. But first of all, let's have a look on the real chart. So yes, one chart that I like to share for the hammer pattern is let's say Adani Port. So it is means Adani Port as well on the Adani Group as a whole, it is in a very good momentum. So Adani Port long back means there was a time where I did means I was looking at some sorts of things. Fine. So are we able to see this formation? Now, if you recall the configurations, that means what a hammer pattern is all about. It should have the small real body. So it is almost one dash, means opening and closing at the same level. It has a small wick, and it has a very large tail pattern over here, and it has a very large tail pattern over here. And it is a very large pattern over here. So this is a hammer pattern, but just a hammer pattern is not a sufficient. Means let's say the hammer pattern has happened. So where it has happened, is there any kind of implications? Is there any kind of the formation is there? So let's say if I put my horizontal line at the low of it, if I put my horizontal line at the low point of it, and I go back and check that means whether prices has played any role near about 300 or 298 level into the past. So I just means this is what the pattern that I have selected. This is what the pattern that I have selected. When I am considering the history, so we cannot visually see it. That's why I have drawn the box over there. Means I have put in the horizontal line by looking at this hammer pattern. By looking at this hammer pattern, and I have placed the horizontal line at the bottom of it. Fine. Now I'm just going back to the past. That means is there any kind of a historical significance or historical reversal has happened over here or no? So we have drawn a horizontal line over here. We have marked the hammer pattern over here in this one particular green box, yellow box. So do you see that any kind of the reversal history around this level of the 298 in the past? Yes or no? Yes, all with me. My question is, means let's say this is what the hammer pattern that we have marked, and at the bottom of it, I have seen some sorts of historical reversal point. So yes, it has a certain kind of implication. Means let's say the last time it has acted as a support. This time also it has acted as a support. For some time it has acted as an resistance, come down, again picked up its momentum, all the way come down, and thereafter it has started to pick up its momentum. So so why we were using the hammer pattern? So this was a support level, right? This was a support level. But whether this support level will hold or no, means support and resistance are not written on the stone, they are subject to the violations. The support is there, that means the prices has to move out from this point, not at all necessary. So I have seen that means this is what the support level is there. Means we were discussing earlier. I seen that this is what the support level is there. But how I can confirm that means this is the one support level, this is two support level, this is the third support level. So how I can understand that means this level out of these three of the support level, which one is going to work or which one is not going to work. So I cannot predict it. As Anisha was saying, that means how we can predict the candlesticks. So candlesticks we cannot predict. Means let's say I can understand that this is what my support level is all about. But in this support level, whether my red candle will form, whether my green candle will form, or it will form the hammer pattern or any other pattern, you can't say that. But let's say here the hammer pattern has formed. Let's say here the hammer pattern has formed. Fine. So here I can understand that means prices has come into the support band, and at the support band it has formed the hammer pattern. That means there is a presence of buyers. So now I can understand its implication. That means there can be a upside momentum. Fine. So this is what the candlesticks pattern was all about. So to validate that means whether that support level is the worthy or no. If there is a genuine support level, if there is a genuinely buying pressure, buying buyers presence is available over there, then ideally we should see a certain kind of positive formations, the positive candles, right? So this is what at a support level, at a role reversal level or a previous support level, I am seeing that there is a hammer pattern has formed. So it indicates that a hammer pattern is a bullish reversal sign. Bullish reversal sign. So what should happen? I think one participant was saying that means they were confusing about the bullish reversal and bearish reversal sign. Now let's say in this particular context, there was a declining momentum. There was a declining momentum, right? Now the after the declining momentum, my bullish reversal sign, my bullish reversal sign in form of hammer pattern, it is formed. What it means, it is started to reverse the directions. It has started to reverse the directions from the negativity to the positivity. Fine. This is what the formation has happened over there. This is how the things has happened over there. Now, Chaitanya ji and other participant, I am not able to recall their name right now. Means one of the participants asked the questions about the inverted hammer pattern. So I was sharing just my observation over there. That means normally I pay more respect to the inverted hammer patterns. Inverted hammer pattern is like a means you see a large tail in the initial part. So are we able to see this candle pattern over here? Yes, Chaitanya and other participants, are we able to see this pattern? What had happened there afterwards? What had happened there afterwards? So when the prices are at a support level, it is start to pick up its momentum. And if I find such kind of candle pattern, actually I become a more convinced about the setup. I become a little bit more confident before it's picks up its moment. Actually, this is a contra sign. Means a wick represents what? Wick represents a selling pressure. So just at a buying pressure, it has just pushed up, picked up its momentum, and I'm seeing the selling pressure. So it is a contradictory thing. But I have observed that means this has worked quite well. Means on many of the times, prices has come down. Prices has come down over there. It has starts to pick up its momentum. But in some of the days later, we have seen means 2 to 3 candles. This candle has happened on a very extraordinary note. Means there was very big momentum has happened in just coming days. Of course, means I give a little bit leeway. That means once this kind of hammer pattern is this kind of formation happening, and I normally look for the buy opportunity when the high of this week is taken out. When the high of this week is taken out, so I normally call it as a positive momentum or positive development. Let's say I think in case of Hindalco also means this is what a very good support level, huh? Means this is what a very good support level. The prices has come down to this point. Means last time the turning point was there. If I go back into the history, the turning points, the turning points long back. Now that much long back doesn't mean that much lot. Means if there is a strong reversal, so yes, we can put emphasis. So this level 225 level was working very well. There afterwards, it has started to pick up its momentum, and it kept on forming a certain kind of the wicks over there. The wicks has formed. Next day, we have seen the very good momentum. Again, wick has formed. we have kept on seeing certain kind of good momentum. Of course, we see that means prices the next the prices are moving above this week, so we see that this is what a continued momentum because market always takes out the weak hands in the sense that the traders with a huge amount of nervousness, just the price moves against them, they are the one to have the quick exits from the market, quick entries into the market. So these are the weak hands we can say. And same case means let's say the prices are coming down, and if such kind of a formation happens, again the contradictory sign. So here what happens is that means there was a good momentum, prices has come down, and it is recovered on the day. So what we feel that means there is a positive trend is there, prices has come down, and again we have seen the push up or prices are recovering over there. So we become a buyer over there. But something happens in a opposite way. Something happens in a opposite way. Means there was one quote that I have seen earlier. Means I was reading one technical analysis book only, and from that book I have got a one quote. Just remember this page number. We were at 381 number. Just let me look out that particular quote. Means I'm a big fan of quotes because in a very few words they says a lot. So wherever the quotes are applicable, I try to use that. There was one sentence that I found from a one trading book only. What it says that in a trading as in life, what often appears obvious is not important, and what is not obvious is important. In a trading as in life, what often appears obvious is not important, and what is not obvious is important. So somewhere, somewhat, we have to set our eyeball to detect that means what is not obvious. What is not obvious means the breakout has happened. Prices has given the breakout, so we all become a buyer over there. So prices are giving the very first time breakout, we become a all buyer over there. So that is what an obvious development. And obvious development all the time it is not that much successful. But the prices are moving up, retesting, and there afterwards it is started to pick up its momentum on the high side. Many less people observes that. So that's why I was saying that means पहला दाव भगवान का दूसरा दाव अपना. Because when the first time development is happening, it is very obvious to everyone. But price moves on the high side, and price just keeps on moving on the high side, we get a feel of FOMO, means fear of missing out. If I'm not able to take these positions right now, then I will miss the wall lot opportunity. So in that FOMO effect, we try to chase the price moment, and we normally uh, book a losses and get a break even point, and lastly we see that means I bought that stocks. It after I bought it, it went against me. It stopped me out, and then afterwards it has started to pick up its momentum. What is the reason behind it? Is that we have many of the times we work on the obvious signals, the obvious developments. So when the prices are at a means many of the times I ignore the hammer patterns which happens at the bottom levels. Means let's say Adani Port, when the bottom level was happening, when the prices were forming a certain kind of hammer pattern, then it is very obvious that means the hammer pattern has happened. So it is a good development. But rather than at this point, I get a little bit more confident at this point, specifically when the next candle moves above this level. This is something unobvious pattern. We don't see this pattern as with that much intensity the way we look at the hammer pattern. I can understand that means we cannot have the eyeball setting on the unobvious levels initially. First of all, we have to go within obvious levels. But if we do it very genuinely and rigorously, we can understand that means that this is how the things is happening later on, which is a very meaningful development later on. Fine. Okay. Raviji says that does it mean a contrarian philosophy many times? Uh, can't comment on that because this particular obvious and unobvious level I have just practiced it on the chart specific. Means yes, means there will be a means there is an exclusive contrarian theory is there into the market. Means the contrarian basis on that means there are some option indicators which indicates the contrarian theory. From the investment approaches also there are contrary approaches are there. So where the everyone is a seller, where the everyone is a pessimist about the market, so some contrarian buyers comes and they build that portfolio at that times. So for that purpose, means for the investment purpose and being on the contrarian side, I just measure the intensity of the fall. That means how the things has happened into the past and how the things is happening right now. Yes, Rajashree ji says that market itself is a very random. Yes, means there is a random fluctuation is there. But yes, means market is more of like random fluctuations, but there are some points which are understandable, and on those points we need to act actually. Means we cannot read each and every move of the market. Means we cannot justify each and every candle, but there will be some specific points, there will be some specific locations. At those locations, there will be a certain specific candlesticks pattern which is interpretable within a calculated risk. So Rajashri ji has said very rightly, market isn't very random. So yes, it isn't very random. So that's why we cannot explain each and every candle that how the things has happened over there, how the things is happening over there. That's why in a price actions, we are not interested at each and every move. We are interested at a turning points because they gives us a certain kind of a more understanding. Yes. So this is what the point that I was saying that means importance of unobvious levels as well. We were, I believe, at a 380 or 480 level. I think it was a 380. Yes. So this is what the one candle pattern that we were looking in. So hammer pattern, just we have looked into it, means about how the things has happened over there. Inverted hammer pattern also we have seen that how the things is there, and then afterwards we have started to see the things is there. Means let's say about the shooting star pattern means McDowell. While looking at this, I got one chart over there. Means this is what prices were into the upside momentum. Prices were moving on the high side and it has formed a shooting star. It has formed a shooting star over here. Now I can call this as a very potential shooting star. Prices has went up. There was a strong positive momentum was happening. There was a strong upside momentum that we have seen during the day. But at the during the day, it was not able to sustain its upside momentum, and all the way it has given a bit momentum, and prices has slide down. And as a mark of that means it has went up to this point, and it is slide from that particular point. We are seeing the sizable wick over there. We are seeing the sizable wick over there. But having the wick is not just enough. Means where the wick that we are having, is there any kind of the important rule that that is there about the 660 level? Let me just put it at I put my so this is what my normal practice is. That means whenever I see that the important development from the candlesticks perspective is happening, or prices are just trying to revive from this level, so at the bottom of it I just place the horizontal line, go back and see that is there any kind of historical reference point is there or no. If I see some kind of the bearish reversal candle is happening and prices are showing some signs of cool off and dropping down, then I put the horizontal line and go back into history to see that whether any kind of the reversal history is there or no. So this is what a common practice that I keep on doing. So the shooting star has happened over there. So let's say if I was at this point, if I was at these situations, so surely at this point I have looked at the shooting star, but by the same time I will put the horizontal line at the top of it, and I will go back into the past. So not that much kind of a strong reversal signs that I was able to see, but it was in kind of an intraday fluctuation that has happened. Means prices has went above this level for a while and it comes down. So let's say if I look at the line chart also, if I look at the line chart, so there are certain kind of immediate trigger points that I'm able to see. into the past. So prices are coming to the one particular level, and from that it is showing us some kind of a drop over there. So it becomes a little bit kind of the more actionable, more understandable areas. Let's say from a shooting star perspective, if I look at the Castrol, means let's say the Castrol. So yes, means some days ago, means some weeks ago, we have seen some sorts of shooting stars over there. This is what a shooting star is there. Prices was moving up on the high side. Shooting star pattern has formed, and it is not so that means shooting star pattern has formed over here also. But we wait for some kind of a declining momentum. We wait for a certain kind of a price moves below this low point. Then only it makes a sense. So prices has went up to this point and it starts to come down. Why the shooting star pattern has formed over there, and from that we have seen the reactions and sideways momentum there afterwards. So let's say this is what my shooting star level is all about. If I go back into the past, somewhere somewhat we will see this is the resistance points over here. There will be some resistance points around this point. Long back also means prices has formed the shooting stars over here. Prices has kept on forming the shooting star over here. But if I put my horizontal line over here, I can understand that means there was a kind of the rule reversal levels where that means prices used to find the resistance one time, two time, three time, four time, and prices has thereafter it has started to decline. So bearish reversal sign at a resistance point makes a good sense. At a resistance point, if you are seeing the bearish reversal sign and as a follow-up activity, we see that prices are trying to drop from that point. So it becomes in a more actionable over there. So this is what from a pattern perspective, that means what a shooting star and what a hammer pattern is all about. Fine. Now, very important point that we are coming into. Let me take the help of diagram over here. Fine. Let's say there are two stocks. One stock is moving like this. One stock is moving like this. It came down and it formed a hammer pattern over here. It came down and it formed a hammer pattern over here. Fine. It came down and it formed the hammer pattern over here. Let's say there is one another stock. There is one another stock. Let's say there is a kind of declining momentum that we are looking in. And prices form the hammer pattern over here. Prices form the hammer pattern over here. Let's say this is what. So at the bottom of it, prices has formed the hammer pattern over here. So two stocks. Let's say this is what a stock A. And this is what a stock B. Find stock A and stock B. This is what the two stocks are there. Now both the stock has declined. This is what the declining momentum that we have witnessed. This is what the declining momentum that we have witnessed. At one point of in the declining momentum, we have seen the hammer pattern. Hammer pattern means what? It indicates that means prices are likely to revise and prices are likely to revert on the higher side. So given the choice to you, that means let's say there is a stock A and there is a stock B, which stock you will prefer to buy? Means normally whenever the hammer pattern is that we look for the buy opportunity, right? We normally look for the buy opportunity. So there are the two options which is given to us, means stock A and stock B. Which stock we will prefer to buy? You have to select one. Okay. So many of the participants has responded it with their understanding, their reasoning also. Good to read that. Okay, fine. Yes, so there is a mixed answer actually. The stock A and stock B. I cannot figure out that means which point is means where we are having the higher side. Yes, fine. I don't know that means the analogy that I'm going to put in front of you, whether I have used it earlier or no. But let me repeat it if I haven't discussed earlier. Means let's say we are going in a shopping mall. We are going in a shopping mall. In the shopping mall, there is a discount sale is going on. There is a discount sale is going on. There are some branded products available at a 30% discount, and there are some very defective products available at a 70% discount. Fine. There are some branded products available at a 30% discount, and there are some very defective products available at a 70% discount. So which product we prefer? Which product we prefer? 30% wala discount या 70% wala discount? Okay, Joseph ji, Amit ji, Pratul ji, Viren ji, Ravi ji. One will look at the final price also depends on the price, quality, perceptions. Okay, fine, fine. So normally we look for the branded products, right? We look for the branded products. The branded products available 30% discount. We normally prefer that. Yes, means Raviji has also pointed that means one will look at the final price. Also depends on the price, quality, perceptions. Yes, that is the thing. But let's say not to get much into detail of it. The two things are that. So we normally go for the branded product because never know that means how that product will be useful to us. The defective products kinds of things. So yes, the many of the participants have said that 30% discount. Right. Now, in a hammer pattern, ideally we prefer a stock A. Ideally, we prefer a stock A. Yes, means before I was discussing this hammer pattern, what I was saying is that there has to be a certain kind of a negative momentum. There has to be a certain kind of a negative momentum. This is also a negative momentum. This is also a negative momentum, and this is also a negative momentum, right? And the hammer pattern is coming in. So yes, there are chance that means price can reverse on the high side. Price can reverse the directions. Means there was a negative momentum. Now price can pick up its or it will reverse its directions on the other side. Now you tell me that means this declining momentum is happening. The way the declining momentum is happening, what is the nature of this? What is the nature of this? Is this a impulse momentum or it is in a corrective momentum? No, Pratulji. So right, this is a corrective momentum. Fine, this is what a corrective momentum we can say. So I write this as a my corrective momentum. Correction and corrective is a different, but Pratulji. Correction and corrective is a different. I don't know means how grammatically I'm right, but the way I'm interpreting it, this is a different means corrective and correction. So this is what my corrective move is there. And what is the nature of this move? Is it a impulse or corrective? Fine, this is what my impulse momentum is that. This is what my impulse momentum is that. Yes, grammatically is the same. Yes, actually. But it has a different meaning. Correct means when we say the corrective and corrections, yes, grammatically I will be the wrong because both means it is in a kind of adjective and some another things will be there. But when we say that declining momentum is happening, we normally say that the correction is there. But correct, this is what the corrective and impulse that we have learned. I'm just putting it over here. So this is what my corrective move, and this is what my impulse move. Fine. This is what my impulse move. Okay, now after this point, means let's say the prices are started to rise, prices are going to start to rise over here. So what will be the nature of this momentum? The prices has started to pick up its momentum from this point. What will be the nature of this? So this is going to be my impulse move, I can say, right? This is going to be my impulse move. And what is going to be the nature from this move? If the prices are going to pick up its momentum on the high side, what will be the nature of this move? Yes, so this is going to be my corrective. Great, means great to see that, means many of the participants are answering very fastly and very correctly. Corrective. Now, which move is a stronger? Is the corrective move is a stronger, or is the impulse move is a stronger? Now, with whatever the answers that I have, whatever the questions that I have answered you and questioned you and you have answered, by this time we understood that, means why the stock A should be the preference. Why stock A should be the preference. Looking it from the different perspective, we have a normal saying in our economy, means in our general life also there is one a common thing that we talk about कि अमीर और अमीर होता है, गरीब और गरीब होता है, राइट? मींस अमीर और अमीर होता है, गरीब और गरीब होता जाता है. Strong will become a more stronger, weak will become a more means rich will become a more richer, and poor will become a more poorer, right? So in the same way in a stock market, strong stock will become a more stronger and weak stock will become a weaker. Weak stock will become a more weaker, right? Strong stock will become a more stronger and a weak stock will become a more weaker. I recall myself also, and in my initial time that I have conversed with many of the other traders and participants, especially retail traders, we always fear to buy the stock which is at a 52-week high level. We always fear to buy a stock at a 52-week high level. Means when the prices are at a very high level, we literally fear to buy this, because what we think is that the stock price has run up quite heavily. Means stock prices has moved up quite heavily on the high side. We prefer to buy the stocks which are at a 52-week low, because that stock is a cheaper stock. But actually, the 52-week wala stock will give us the higher return than the stock which is giving than the stock that is going to give us return from the 52-week level. Yes, Virenji says that in our normal traders language, महंगा लो महंगा बेचो. Sell high, sell means buy high, sell higher. So this is what means strong will become a more stronger, poor will become a more poorer. In the same way in the market also, the strong stock will become a more strong and poor stock will become a more poorer. So here the stock D means offers, means it will be a lucrative, means let's say the both the starting point, means let's say both stock price strike point is starting point is 100. Sorry, both the starting point of the stock A and stock point B, let's say the starting point is 100. This stock has reached at a 140 level. Let's say from this point the stock has reached at a 140 level, and this stock is, let's say, at a 70 level. So by looking at it in a initial journey, means this stocks looks a very cheaper and this stocks looks a little bit expensive, but it is in an established positive momentum. There is an established positive structure is there, whereas in this one there is an established negative momentum is there. So it will improve a little bit better, means it has a high chance that it can perform well. So here basically what we are trying to do is that here we are trying to flow with the trend. Here we are trying to flow within a positive trend. Here if you are buying, of course we can get a certain kind of upside momentum, but that upside momentum will be a very fragile, will be a little bit kind of a lackluster kind of the things will be there. So ideal choice will be the stock A. So here what we are understanding is that the candlesticks pattern, then when we are looking in, it is not just from the shape perspective. Shape is important, But more than the shape, the location is important, where it is forming. More than the location, the trend is important, the where, in what trend it is happening. Means if you recall that when we are talking about the corrective and impulse, we are saying that means this understanding will help us a lot in candlesticks pattern, and specifically under the RSI, the oscillator that we will discuss over there. So corrective momentum is like a discount sell. In a branded product, it is like a discount sell. So we just need to understand that where that corrective move is going to over and my upside momentum is going to rise when I'm joining the impulse move. So we have to give the preference to move in a impulse move rather than the corrective move. So that was the idea behind it. Fine. We will discuss a little bit more patterns down the line with a complete texture of it. Pratil ji asked me to repeat it. Yes, Pratil, what I was saying is that as a trader or invest means I'm not talking about the value investors, those who buy the stocks and they are not bothered about what happens in the next 3 to 5 years. But let's say as a trader, we need to be we need to participate in an impulse move rather than the corrective move. When we are participating in an impulse move, that means we are the part of the trend. We are the part of the trend which is going on. So this is what flow with the yes means. Raviji says that means flowing with the market. So the where the direction is happening, where the firm because impulse move is a more stronger. So in an impulse move, I try to take my trade. Fine, Pradulji. Okay, means today I have a little bit extended a lot. Means tomorrow we will start little bit back from whatever the things that we have discussed, and then afterwards we will continue tomorrow. Yes, Pratilji says that do you mean to say that when we take a trade on a hammer, we are participating in a move next after the hammer? Means let's say the hammer pattern that I have shared that is on the Adani port. Fine. So this is what my Adani port chart was there. Okay, fine. This is what my Adani port chart was there. This is what stock chart hammer pattern that we are witnessing. So now are we able to see that this is what my impulse move and this is what my corrective move is all about. This is what my corrective move is all about. So here the corrective move has ended. Here my corrective move has ended, and I have started to pick up into the impulse move again. I have started to connect into the impulse move. So my trend is a means there was a negative momentum, but the prices have started to pick up its momentum from a good level. There was a good momentum has happened. So before this declining momentum, there was an established positive trend. So in this established positive trend, this declining momentum was like in a discount sell. And once the hammer is happening after the due confirmation, we become a trader over there. We try to become a ride the later on trades which is happening there afterwards. So that was the thing. So basically, we are trying to move with the flow, or we are trying to move in an impulse move, right? Okay. So on this note, I end today's sessions and see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.